This conference will now be recorded.
I got 6 o'clock, we'll call the meeting in order, let's start with pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do have one amendment to add to new business to make it 8G, the 2023 local government pay equity compliance report memo. So we'll add that to 8G. I just need approval of that.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0-0. Then just need to approve the agenda, just need adoption.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0-0. Review the regular meeting minutes from January.
We're on agenda. So that should be the agenda one.
Okay, yeah.
We did the agenda.
Kim, do you have a motion and a second on the agenda?
I have a motion and a second on the agenda. Sarah's motion about this.
The minutes?
And then
Minutes
on
was Sarah
agenda
Kevin.
and the minutes.
We can
I
change
never do it perfect. Okay, you're tired.
We'll go down to accounts payable.
Just to highlight a couple of them, 78318 and 78367 are both Civic Systems for software of $7,290 and $36,884. We have 2 bond payments, 78312 and 78382. The first one was for $158,422.50, and the other was $157,555. $157,557.50. The other one I was going to highlight was the Zamboa Fire Department dues, number 78350 for $75,790.59. Total for this month was $510,841.72. I'll make the motion to approve those payments.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Kim, that was the last bond payment on the
2010 meeting.
2010 due.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Bob. Public comments. Individuals may address the city council about any items of concern. Speakers must state their name and limit their remarks to 5 minutes. Any public comment? Just state your name and your name.
My name is Julie Gunnis. Address, did you say my address?
Yep.
1075 South Main Street, Zumba.
So you can just go over there.
Perfect. On January 3rd, I received a snow parking ticket for violation of parking during the snow ordinance. And I'm just here to contest that. We had 4 vehicles parked in our driveway over the Christmas break. And we have nowhere to park in our driveway, which aligns with the alley between 10th and 11th Street. And so I was basically forced to park on the street. So I had to do that. Extenuating circumstances, if we park in the alley, we block the alley. And I I've not ever had a parking violation before. I've always been very appropriate with that. And so I'm looking for leniency on this one-time violation due to extenuating circumstances over the holidays. And we will get right away. I mean, I'm going to go down the street. Once I got the parking ticket was at 3 a.m. I think, and I was up by 6 o'clock the next morning. So I don't know if I need to say anything else. We just, other than we kind of wanted to address about the alley, but maybe it's just some time to do that, so.
Well, public comment, I mean, if you want to address it. Yeah, you got 5 minutes.
Well, we have difficulty with our parking in that alley. In fact, city crew was up there today and got quite stuck with the city truck and needed Schumachers to come and pull them out. So the alley becomes quite an issue without the snow removal that sometimes happens, timely and sometimes doesn't due to probably time, with the city workers. This morning, in case I didn't get into work till 12:30 because the alley wasn't plowed. And we're supposed to keep that alley completely open as best we can because of this public access. It doesn't get plowed until 12:30 and don't get to work. So we've kind of had issues with it a little bit, but I mean, I completely understand. They're busy out there. They can't be everywhere at once. So just kind of looking for some middle ground in between. We also have, we've never had issues with it, but we've also got some neighbors that will only use our end of the alley during inclement weather. The alley closest to me because we apparently can't get out the other end of the alley. So, and even if our cars are sitting on just a little bit, they become extremely nervous about hitting them. So, and I respect that. And so just trying to figure out how we can keep the alley clear with all that smoke so that everybody's happy. I'm not trying to accommodate everybody, so.
We'll go back to the parking. Violation, anybody have any comments, concerns? I mean, we've had a couple of these, and I just don't want to get to the point where we start setting up residents and letting the parking tickets go.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, and that's kind of, I think, probably fair, probably on that a little bit, because we've had some other ones. And I mean, we let one go, and we start letting another one go, so I mean.
Absolutely.
and
I just
think-
thought I would state my extenuation.
Yeah, and I
Totally understand.
and I understand, it. And I think the city does a good job of advertising it on all our social media. It's posted, so I mean, I personally don't want to start setting the precedent, let parking tickets go.
And like I said, this wasn't a matter of not knowing about the parking. It was simply a matter of walking a hard
And I
place,
get it,
either
I
block
get
the
it.
alley or park on the street.
And then we hear all different types of excuses, so it's, I mean, it's one of those. I mean, I guess that would be my,
I feel for you, because sometimes you can't, I mean, it's hard in the winter, definitely.
Yeah. It's fine.
That's our stance has been to not do anything about it, because it's reported in this one, well, you let Julie off, and then.
I'm special.
and then
Just to,
Yeah, I
just to
understand.
say, in strange circumstances, people can always contact the police department to see if we can help with a solution, because we've had that happen, where people say, hey, I am going to get a park here, what can I do? And sometimes, it's not a weather issue, so we don't worry about it. Often if it's real, something really pending, we gotta try to find some sort of solution.
And then, I mean, I guess the following, I mean, Mike's here, so I guess that's something that Mike will do a better timing manner, get that alley
Oh.
taken care of. But obviously, that's not our top priority, an alley versus other main arteries, so. But yeah,
Well, and the plumbing issue, completely understand. We've been there 5 years. So we've been, we understand the situation. It's just like our parking is so limited there and it doesn't get plowed or we keep getting plowed in. We really have nowhere to go. So it's kind of unfortunate that way. For you. So, and I understand you, but yeah, respectfully. Just thought I would.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Any more public comments? I will close the public comment portion and we will jump to 8A. ZIBA speaker update. I didn't know. That's why I spelled it and I said I'm too tired. Information, Sue and.
All right, well, we're just here to publicly thank the council, the city of Rhoda, especially Mike Olson for paying the speakers. We've heard very favorable things about the speaker system. Hopefully you enjoy the Christmas music and it's not just the holiday season, it's year round. So, if you hear some music that you don't think is good for this time of year, let us know. But we try to do our best. We can do it remotely, so or any speakers that you think are muffled or something, don't you give us a call. We are here on, we have a Ziva. For the money that EDA gave us, the city board, and the speakers there, and so we just really probably want to thank you. Thanks, Mike, for getting your crew. Thank you. And, you'll give your response. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
A lot of good. Everybody likes it.
I mean, I've had a few people reach out to me, where the music comes from. Yeah. Perfect, good to hear. 8B, Streets FTE, Adam Mang. Mike.
Yep, the hiring committee, is put the recommendation, I have a name to do that. That will start at the 7th, and the start date will be Monday. This is that, everybody was in
Go ahead and go speech of this.
Glad to have you, Adam. Thanks, Mike.
this.
Oh, we need a motion, sorry. We need a motion.
There was a lot of great applications.
We did. Perfect, so just need a motion. I'll make that motion. Second. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, passes 5-0-0. Thanks, Mike. 8C, fault collision variance. Purdue.
Yeah, the planning zoning commission had a public hearing on January 10th. Fault collision with Mr. Grayson, looking to expand his garage and his business location. The reason why I applied for variance is his setbacks. His building currently is sitting in the front setback, and it's actually moved back. You can see there. And his rear yard is actually part of the single river watershed, and he's got documentation on all that. He presented that to the planning and zoning commission. And you can see the second picture of how big the building is going to be. The planning and zoning commission recommended they approve variance application for it. It's a good spot.
So they're tearing down the other one.
Just setbacks in the front.
Anything's gotta be.
Setbacks in the front will actually be better. They're still not ideal.
It will be no closer to the right of way than the building is. Well, that would have been the proper way. We talked to the county about it, just to make sure there are any issues.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Fault collision.
Walk
There's
Sorry.
Bob seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thanks, Kurt. D, new laptop purchase for the new police squad. Chief?
So yeah, before you, I've got, basically a quote that came through Goodhue County IT. It's being sold by Baycom, but it's got all the proper specifications in it that IT wants for us to use because they access these things remotely for us and all that stuff. They're the ones that actually deal with our laptops, our squad laptops, I should say, not our city, or city used. Needless to say, this will be our fourth laptop. And so with the new squad, I wanted to make sure that we got one that's going to conform with what we currently use. Currently, we have 3. We've got one that's an older style, which we'll still be using. So this one will be a 4th one. And then that way I'll have a laptop when there's extra staff on, they take it away from me. And I have no way to do certain work. So it's kind of imperative for me to be able to access that. It's got a security feature on it that allows me to access state, CDGN files and stuff like that. I can't start ICRs without the laptop. So it's, so we can all access it later. So, but yeah, this is another semi-ruggedized tough book from Panasonic, and we've got 2 other ones like it. Work great. Prices pretty reasonable, it's state bid prices.
That's comes out of your department budget.
Same thing on the police equipment, they have a set aside for, like, they get a chance of being prepared. So that money is set aside in the reserve of the general fund, essentially says this. So because spending otherwise for the police equipment.
We'll be
long as they
working
have it,
working
we
more
can
on
use it.
that stuff later too, with equipment schedules, making sure that it's getting there.
I asked more for new people, so they don't. I'll make a motion to approve the new laptop purchase for the new police squad.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thanks, Chief. 8E, new tobacco license. Zumbrota. Tobacco. Accept.
Yes, we have an application for a tobacco shop, Zumbrota Tobacco. And they're going to go in right next to the dollar store. Right now, there's just a wall there. There will be a door, windows, and so we're requesting approval for the tobacco shop. Once they have approval, then the landlord will start doing work. So it'll be a little while before they would not do any work until the license was approved by the city. Let's work on it. Should be good.
I'll make the motion to approve. Tobacco license application. Any further discussions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thanks, Brian. 8F, CETA grant writing proposal.
Yes, there's quite a few grants that we would like to apply for different things. Mike actually did the work on the tree grant. And James helping out a little bit, and Kim was involved, so appreciate that, Jim. That's huge amount of work. And the staff time involved is just incredible. So Ron Ziegler from CETA and I were talking about this, and he recalled that when the arrangement with CETA started, there was a grant writer, Dave, at them, which allowed some of this research for grants, things like that. So we got to look and maybe we can go back to an arrangement like that. So what the proposal would be that to kind of start with, Kurt would be here 4 days and he would interview reassigned to some job shadowing or whatever it might be. And then we have a grant writer here working with us to identify grants. Now that arrangement is kind of fluid because it's more of a trading hours type thing. So if we're going to apply for a grant, there's a lot of hours going into grant writing, then there'll be some trading of hours with Kurt. Bottom line is that we're going to fit it under the contract we have with CEDA. And still allow Kurt the time to do what he needs to do. If that gets to be an issue, we'll adjust back. That gets to be an issue with getting the EDA stuff done and planning stuff done. But for now, we kind of wanted to look at getting into a little bit more grant research, which is how we would start. The stakeholder meeting, call it. And some research, and then we decided to go for some grants for the trestle or trails or whatever it might be. Then we'll review the grant that Mike put together for the last quarter as well. So just looking for approval to modify our agreement with CEDA just a little bit, not dollar wise, just shifting up.
I would like to just clarify, Jamie's got a pretty good chunk of time into this. What he did was he took whatever I put that, and he's trying to get into finalizing everything, making sure. He's a process, but anyway, I didn't know about this. Somehow I'd like to have a little staff discussion about this, in my opinion. There's some questions I would have on it, because we worked on a campground grant last year. I've got a lot of time to that grant. I'm not understanding what this all entails. So.
Sure. So with the campground grant, CEDA wrote that. We paid them outside of the contract to make that grant. It was outside the scope.
But we're gonna have considerable time.
Sure. Oh, we will no matter what. Writing a grant involves all of us providing input. So by having a grant writer with us does not mean we're not going to have hours of time to put in it. We're just not going to have to do all the writing of it, all the formatting, all the collating, word proofing, all that stuff. Our grant writers know how to state things, know how to write things, so it's clear and concise. So this is not to say that we're not going to have staff on grants anymore. We're going to have a lot of staff. And then administrating a grant, if we get a grant, for the whole other. And that's going to be discussed as well. You know, we did the trailhead grant, that finished up while I was here. But actually, while Dylan was here, and the end of it, and all the documentation was hours and hours of trying to put everything together. A little harder because we weren't there at the time. But no, there will be staff time still involved on grants, just not the full writing. An initiative that I appreciate you noticing that you took to get that through.
That administrative grants, for Dylan, it was a challenge because it wasn't kept up with the administrative grants. That's almost a daily documentation. You have to stay up with what's going on and the information that they send you and request to you. So that one was really a challenge. I look at administering with grants, officially we start to stay in contact.
Absolutely. Dylan did a great job pulling that together. Well, Kim,
Why did you?
pulling all those numbers, but yeah, so, no,
That's what.
don't get me wrong,
that's
this is
an
not.
idea, is that person will be on top of all of that and help point you in where you need to go and do it. I think that's important.
Yeah, and there is a opportunity on here that, let's see, I thought it said something about grant administration as well. Talking about that. But yeah, no, we're, Mike's absolutely correct, we're gonna have staff hours still involved. But the researching, finding grants, the correct grants, and that stuff, which we've been doing now.
Yeah, it says determine best practices for grant administration.
Yes, there we go, yep. There it is, yep, you're right. Which might be a, like it says, a co-create a work plan or whatever we might want to do. We've got the flexibility within the hours that we contract for CEDA. And that's the beauty of CEDA, all the expertise, we can tap into and kind of mold and bring the work best for us.
question comes up, and I was kind of curious as we work through this grant. When we turn it in, what it's gonna look like. Professionals, so it's, is there anything that says you want to keep that in-house? You get somebody.
To hire a grant writer on staff?
Well, I mean, I found it interesting. And I talked to James a little bit about it. Not that I took up way too much of James' time with the singing. I just, in the back of my mind, was wondering if we ever want to do all of this stuff, and try some of this stuff in house.
Well, the current staff that we, no.
I was gonna say that would be my time, if we did our current staff.
Yeah.
On a full-time, or even a part-time basis?
The grants are this time of year, this time of year, this time. Most of the grants are through. It's just a question.
Sure. No, absolutely. It's something to consider. I would propose that we, move forward with the shifting of hours for now. And at some point, we determine that we want to put it back in house. Not to say you can't write a grant on your own.
Still gonna be.
It would be less cost, it would be less, hour sharing or hour, trading. If we roll our own house, look the way you did, like, James. So, yeah, I think all of it. But I think to start with, I'd like to request, just modify the arrangement to share some hours with the grant. Within the city.
Within that contract, there's no specific set hours. We could have 1 hour a year, we could have 100 hours a year.
Yes.
It's completely flexible, so we can.
Yeah, basically.
We haven't set a full-time hours for a senior person.
Correct.
Plus two days.
Now,
Yes,
so there's-
we're not going to specify it's going to be so many hours for the grant writer and so on.
We're going to try to take
Completely flexible.
data for right now, but just, I think there's a great opportunity here to learn from this person too, that knows how to write grants and knows what to do. And then, see later on, maybe we don't need as much help. Because we're guys all become fantastic grant writers. I don't know. But I think it's a good idea.
We delegate that to you.
Yeah.
Brian, I have a question.
Yes.
So are you trying to get this in place before this EAB grant is due?
Well, so
Is that's due on, I think, February 20th, March.
So the EAB one, it has always been part of CEDA that if the grant is written in-house, that they will review it. We don't get charged. And so that's why I told Mike that let's get together with Kurt, go through the grant, Kurt can submit it to CEDA and they will review it. That's always been there. That's nothing new. We've talked about that a number of times. So that, yes, absolutely. We can do that right away. We don't have this arrangement right now. We can still take that. And have a CEDA grant writer.
This will volunteer position.
Yeah, and Ron and Kurt talked about this before they got forward.
So the purchase works along with the grant writer?
Well, no, Kurt would be job shadowing somewhere else to see how another community development director does things in a different community. And that's what CEDA likes to do anyway, like to move people a little bit to show them how, because then you bring back ideas for us. Hey, over in wherever, they're doing this. We should try a program like that. That kind of stuff. So it works out really well for we're always pretty possessive. We want one person to be here, pick up the day, 5 days a week, that's it. And as we've gone on here, it's more and more appealing to do a little bit more of that job. Especially the transition. But when someone's got some knowledge of something, where the last transition we had, they know, it's really painful to get someone in, and then to get up to speed takes a long time. But if we've got someone who's good here, they learn, then we can transition better. 15 people from them, but still.
I'll make a motion to approve the grant. Awesome.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? That's just 500. Thanks, Brian. Excuse me, 8G, 2023 local government pay equity compliance report. Brian?
Yeah, this was an ad that we put on. Kim and I worked through the pay equity compliance report yesterday. Basically what you enter in is all the job positions and points. Now, all the points from past years are on there, so it's pretty quick and easy. We just had to add a couple of new positions and put the points, in the appropriate people. And look that it complies. With some pretty convoluted calculations on there, I don't know how they get to the numbers that they get to. The main thing is the compliance. There's a little spot on there for the blessing of the mayor and the council to submit it. And it needs to be submitted January 31st, and then it gets posted on the board.
The premise is that job positions are scored, and it's to avoid discrimination on the basis of gender. A woman that's scored at say 219 points can't be making less than a male-dominated position that has less points. So it's that making sure that we're all paid at the same rate for the same amount of responsibility and qualifications. Those points that we're talking about were set up by salary study. And we're in compliance, and that's one of the reasons we did the salary study a couple years ago. We do this every 3 years for the state. And if you do not fall into the compliance range, you have to shift or make a plan of what you're going to do to change that. Like a few years ago, we had to increase one of the females on our staff. We had to give her a bump in pay because we were not in compliance. So it's a state required mandate, especially for a governmental employees.
You want a motion to approve?
We need a motion.
Okay, I'll make.
I'll second that. Any further discussions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Passes 500. Thanks, Brian and Kim. Reports, Brian.
Yes, our local legislators are drafting the bills for the sanitary district. We should see them shortly. 2 bills in the House and 2 bills in the Senate, one using bonding dollars, another one using cash. So an option to go either way, whichever, whatever they'd like to vote. Either way is fine with us. So they should be coming out shortly. They should have some numbers and make various committees. And then that'll key us to this. Somebody needs to be up there, they're going up for a community meeting or something, testify. So that's going to help. We're going pretty quickly. And along with the sanitary district, we are going to bring back an updated resolution of support for the sanitary district. Cost changed. It's 84 million, which that included the inflation factor from Minnesota management budget. And that was a year and a half ago when we did that. It's now 95.4 million. So our ask is $47.7 million from the bond. We want to get that back in front of you as a resolution of support, just to make sure that each community is still wanting to proceed with the effort. One of the meetings in February.
Anything else?
Other than thanks to the crew again, roads look great. It's slippery out there too today. Hills were tough for the trucks, but got it all done. once, maybe twice, it's slow, a couple months, you know, yeah, it's again, for approval. As usual.
Thanks, Brian. Matt?
David, I should have an annual report next meeting.
Did we see that? Curtis?
Actually, we have, my colleague and I, Mara, have a survey for businesses in Florida. Slowly distributed costs to businesses. Possibility of future is interest of having a chamber of commerce, just in general, being a business owner in Florida. So I'm going to do this with Dairy Queen, and I'll be there. Again, next week, snow doesn't fall that side, most of this stuff. But yeah, it's a very small survey, and you'll see it was asking very basic questions. Of expansion, just, we'll see. And then secondly, we got a pretty positive news, working, daycare is a big issue in cities in Florida, in cities around. And there's a lady who came in this week who's interested in a daycare center. Started a dialogue, starting a daycare center. And that was pretty positive to hear. You know, that doesn't happen very often. So we got that news. I connected her with probably too many people with Austin Smith, Grant Wright, and so on.
Yes.
But she's, yeah, I was getting enthusiasm, but it was good. It was very positive. If there's something more, that's good. That's all.
Thanks, Kurt. James?
No more.
Kim? Mike? I should think of the whole thing. I just want to welcome Adam to Citizen Road and staff. And I sat in my first fire board meeting at the new Citizen Road representative, and see how this pans out. So, yeah, sir.
And you were at the meeting.
Well, I was at ADA last night. Wow. So, meeting adjourned.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Mayor.
I looked at you.
Yeah, you did.
Wait.
I did.
He's afraid to call on me for something.